Questions for reflection. Just prior to the verses we heard from the book of the prophet Jeremiah in the first reading for today's Holy Mass, Jeremiah had endured horrible persecution from a priest named Pashur because of the prophecies Jeremiah had delivered. Jeremiah was beaten severely and put in stocks. But such severe treatment, such persecution, did not deter Jeremiah. In fact, he told his persecutor that he and those who stood with him would go into captivity and die. The passage we heard is from the conversation Jeremiah has with the Lord in prayer after all of this. He's complaining to the Lord, but there is fire in his heart. He knows he must continue to speak the word of the Lord. Wow! What an example for you and me. Consider how we respond to opposition when we share our faith or stand for the truth revealed to us in fullness in Jesus Christ and His gospel. When we are ridiculed for being faithful to Christian teaching, let us ask the Lord for that same fire burning in our heart. The responsorial psalm shows us the way. We need to praise the Lord, to gaze upon Him in His sanctuary, to lift our hands up to Him. In our second reading, we heard two verses from the 12th chapter of the Apostle Paul's letter to the Romans. In these verses, and the ones which follow, Paul is writing to them and to us, explaining how we can live the new life in Jesus Christ. We need to offer our whole person, body, soul, spirit, heart, and mind to Jesus Christ. We need to have our minds renewed in order to be transformed. Are we doing that? Or are we being conformed to this world? The choice is ours. In the Gospel for today's Holy Mass, taken from the 16th chapter of St. Matthew, Jesus is speaking to the disciples of the real demands of discipleship. Notice this passage follows immediately after Peter gave the correct answer to the question, "Who do you say I am?" and was praised by Jesus and told he would have a role of primacy in the church. Yet, now Peter is rebuked. The call to pick up the cross and follow Jesus, to self-denial, to renounce this world and embrace the new world, is a continual call to discipleship. Yesterday's response is not sufficient for today. The gospel without the cross is not only poor theology, it has caused too many Christians to miss the mark, which is the definition of the Greek word translated sin in the New Testament. Have we heard that call? Are we responding?